Good morning and welcome, children, to the today's session of English classroom. We have taken one poem from Flamingo, the literature reader book. The name of the poem is An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. Today we are doing second part 2. Part 1 we already have completed. So before going into the second part of today's session, I would like to have a recapitulation of stanza 1 and stanza 2. It will give you an idea. Now, before going to the recap of stanza 1 and 2, I would like to add up, like, as you know, this poem is a criticism on the social inequalities, okay, the exploitation of one class by another, by the haves, on the exploitation of the richer class on the poor, isn't it? So, the slum dwellers, the children of the slums, is a subject matter, is the center of the whole poem. Now, recapitulation of stanza 1 and 2. In first stanza, what we have seen? The description of the children. Means what type of children, what is the condition of the children who were sitting in that elementary school in the slum. Four distinctly the poet had picked up four different kind of students to show actually the real condition of those children. First, a tall girl who seems to be burdened by poverty. Her head is bent, maybe because of tiredness or shame. Actually, she was very weak due to malnutrition. Another boy who is so weak and thin that he has been compared to a sheet of paper. Next one is physically disabled, inherited a disease from his father. At the back of the class, in dim dark area, there was a small boy who was not visible to the poet. The poet could see his eyes, which were bright and full of a dream. Now, overall, if we see that the tall girl, the boy who was weak, very thin, the physically deformed or disabled boy, so everywhere we'll find the commonness among them is that they were very weak, they are ill-fed, ill-clad, they were malnourished, isn't it? Yes. Now, in second stanza, we'll see the description of the classroom where they were sitting, that elementary school classroom, the description of the classroom. The wall was cream in color, like the color of sour cream. This means that the wall was not cleaned, that had not been painted recently. The walls are covered with different charts and images that must have been donated by different poets. On the wall there is a picture of Shakespeare. Domes of the institutions of the civilized world shine in every city. A picture of the famous Tyrolese Valley, which have beautiful flowers. Okay, now these are the different things which could be seen. Number one, the wall of the classroom was not being painted for a long time. The color was of sour cream. Second thing, different things, some charts and images were being displayed there on the walls, and maybe those were being donated by some people. Okay, now what are these pictures? Those are there. Number one, the picture of Shakespeare, then the dome structure of the buildings of the civilized world, of the cities. One picture was there of the Tyrolese Valley. Okay, but the poet said that the picture those are being shown there, actually that was not their world. Okay, that was not their world. But for these children, the map of the world is irrelevant, because the slum where they live is different from what is shown in the map. Okay, what is shown in that map of the world is not their world. Then what is their world? Their world is the one which could be seen, the part of the slum which could be seen through the window of the classroom. Their world is only what they see out of the window, through the window of the classroom, the slum. Their future is full of darkness. So this is the description of the classroom. So we have seen this recapitulation. Now we'll go to the next stanza, stanza number 3. So again, you can see one picture of the classroom I have tried to put here with some images of Shakespeare, Tyrole's Valley, cities and ships. And now stanza 3. We'll do the recitation of this stanza, and then after I'll go to analysis of this poem. Surely Shakespeare is wicked. The map is a bad example, with sheep and sun and love tempting them to steal, for lives that slyly turn in their cramped holes from fog to endless night. On their slag heap these children wear skins peeped through by bones, and spectacles of steel with mended glass, like bottle bits on stones. All of their time and space a foggy slum, so blot their map with slums as big as doom. So this is what is the what we have seen in stanza 3. Okay, now we'll go to the line by line analysis. Okay. So we can see the first, first two lines. Surely Shakespeare is wicked, and the map is bad example, with ships and sun and love tempting them to steal. Now we'll try to understand the significance of this line. First, all these things, with sheep and sun and love tempting them to steal, all these things are what? Cruel temptations to long for a better life. But are these things available in their life? No. Their life is devoid of love. Their life is devoid of affectionate relationship and caring. Okay. Now, according to the poet, all the pictures and donations are bad example to these students. Why? Because Shakespeare, who is an example symbol of the classical literature, and the map which is shown, the map of the world with beautiful scenery, Tyrole's Valley, then cities, big sheeps and all these things, actually those are not available in their life. That's why that is a call. It is said that, the poet said that they are totally irrelevant in their life. The pictures of ships, sun and love tempt them to choose the wrong path and steal. So this is very important. When they are devoid of these things, in their life, they don't have any hope. They don't have any brightness in their life. Brightness means hope in their life. Okay. So there, showing all these things, show love and sun and all these things. It means what? That they are being tempted to steal the things or take some wrong path. Now, next two line, for lives that slyly turns in their cramped holes from fog to endless lightness. Slyly means what here? Furtively or secretively, sneakily, without being noticed. Cramped holes here refers to the overcrowded or confined, so kind of restricted kind of. Okay. Now we'll see, try to understand, for lives that slyly turn in their cramped hole from fog to endless night. Means what? That how they are living. Their life there in that cramped hole means what? How is their life? Their life is in that cramped hole means they are spending a kind of life which is they live a kind of life of confinement, isn't it? And from day to night, it's a kind of darkness remains in their life. Sun never can touch their home and as well as their life also. Now, next line, on their slag heap. It's very important, on their slag heap. Now here slag heap refers to what? this refers to the waste material of a mine. Here mine it's okay, otherwise other type of waste also it can be referred. Now we must have to notice the possessive pronoun there used on their slag heap. Okay, it means what? This refers to the waste material of mine which has been accumulated over there, and this is a kind of metaphor. This is a kind of metaphor because we'll see their whole environment is described as slag heap. Repeatedly questions come, what is the meaning of slag heap? Slag heap actually refers to the waste material heaped or hoarded in a particular place, and whole environment is also a kind of slag heap. That's why it is a kind of metaphor. Now we'll see next, these children were skins peeped through by bones. Okay, it means what? In the unhealthy environment of the mine, of the slum, slum normally develops near to the industries or mine like that. They are emaciated and without medical care. Okay, and this is a kind of a metaphor, a direct comparison made between what? Skins and skin and cloth, as if the skin of their body is a kind of cloth, and they are so thin that the bones, as if they are peeping through their skin, means that was very much visible, one can see. Overall it means what? Their unhealthy environment of their slum, and they are spending their life without medical care. That is the reference. Okay. Now another this literary device has been used here, the personification. How personification? Because bones are personified as if they are peeping. Okay, now personified, he said bones are personified, they peep. Okay, this peeping is an human act. So when you are saying bones are peeping, like it means that bits of bone, as if this it's a kind of personification. Now next line and last two lines of this stanza, and spectacles of steel with mended glass like bottle bits on stone. Now here spectacles of steel means some of them were wearing spectacle made of steel frame. Okay, and the glass, how were the glass were mended of, means mended, repaired, means those are not being purchased by them, maybe they have collected from somewhere, or maybe from that slag heap they have collected, like that. Okay, like, and like bottle bits on stone, their condition was very wretched condition of those this spectacle, and they were looking as if their life is a kind of like bottle bit on stones. Here like bottle, just stone here refers to like bottles refers to bits on stone. It's a kind of simile, why symbolic of their shattered life, as if their life are being shattered, like the as and when we bit bottle on a stone. So this is what we have seen, the analysis of the lines of. So now few word meanings have been given: wicked, evil, tempted, persuaded, slyly, trickily. These words actually we have discussed earlier. Cramped, slag heap, okay, mended, blot, and doom. So stanza 3, the summary. We'll see the summary of this stanza. Okay. First point, Shakespeare holds no interest for them, nor the map of the world does them any good. This map shows a world which is not theirs. So this is very important, that the world which is being shown there, actually this is not their world. This world is full of attractions. There are beautiful ships, warmth of sun and love. they entice these children and tempted to steal things away to run away from their miserable surroundings, because they are being shown something, okay, and not being provided. In that situation, what happened? To run away from their miserable surroundings, as if they are being tempted to steal things. They live in the narrow and crowded holes. Their house, like the crowded holes and narrow streets are there in between the slum. Their life starts with the fog of uncertainty. On the heap of waste, the small children wander with their bones peeping out of their skins. Wearing spectacles of steel with mended glasses suggest of their extreme poverty. Their lives have been shattered with pieces of broken, like pieces of broken bottles bit on stone. All their time and space is spent in these dirty and foggy slums. Actually, they are a blot on their civilized world, the world of the rich and the great. So these slums have been termed as if they are the blot in the name of civilization. Okay, and dome actually refers to disaster. So it's a kind of the presence of the slums in the midst of the civilized world is a kind of disaster or doom. Okay, now few questions are there which is given for as assignment. After this lesson, I also have shared one worksheet where 5 questions are there. All are of MCQ pattern. So I'm sure you will go after listening this video. You will go and try to solve those questions. Okay, and send me immediately so that I can check and return back. Okay, thank you very much.